Hi everyone, I'm Taku Mugaviri and today we have Mr. Nyazungu. Mr. Jerry.
Thank you, Taku, for having me. Today we're going to speak about motivation, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to talk about motivation.
Yes, and we are already motivated to start.
Super excited.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start by saying instances when I got motivated and I finished reading 10x book. I actually have a confession to make.
Yeah. You can make the confession.
Okay. I broke my own record. I managed to finish this book in 2 days straight, and I didn't have an audio, so I was reading it. So I'm actually excited that in total I think I took about 7 hours reading it.
What motivated you to do something?
You did. Actually, you did motivate me.
How? Maybe they would like to know how.
Because I usually took about a week to finish a book of that size. Yeah. So now considering that I am at work and I only have nights to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just try it. Because I'm hearing that these CEOs, they are able to read 50 books in a year.
Yeah.
And if I want to do that, some people are reading 6 books in a month. And how are they able to read 6 books in 1 month? So let me just give it a go and see how it goes.
Yeah. It's very possible. Because what you did, I think it was actually wonderful, and it actually motivates you even more. If you look at 10x, I think I usually say I think Grant was on steroids when he wrote that book, because it speaks directly to your mind, directly to your soul, directly to your body. So I believe that if people need to be motivated, definitely you have to do much of reading. You have to watch something which motivates you. So I believe that 10x is one of this. It's a good book. We are part of the 10x movement.
Yeah. Yes, we're part of the 10x movement.
Yeah.
So one of these days when I was in high school, I wanted to go and study, but I didn't have enough motivation to go and study. So I started failing in school, and the results came out when I was about to write my final exams. So I looked at the results and I was like, this is not what I want to have in my life. I know that the results might not determine my future, but this is not what I want in my life. So I decided to stay at school, and I worked really hard on it. And that was the motivation that I got. But despite that, I was having external motivations. I was watching videos and I was listening to a lot of audios. And by that time, I didn't know that true motivation, it actually comes from within.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, what I believe also is I grew up, when my mother gave birth to me, I was asthmatic. I was diagnosed with asthma. So even my primary level, I was not allowed to participate in any sports. I was not allowed to do any general work. So the general work, it was part of the advantages. First, it was I kind of enjoyed it, but later on, when I was now in grade 2, grade 3, I realized no, I need also to participate in sports, and I believed that I was talented. I used to play soccer, I used to play handball, I used to like basketball. I'm all around in terms of sports. Even right now, I just joined golf, and I'm already beating some of the people who joined 5 years prior. So now, having asthma, when I grew up, so I was called a sick person. Every day you're always given that tag to say you're sick, you're always sick, you're sick. So it was frustrating. Whenever I tried, when you were playing during lunch, playing soccer, you are dribbling everyone. But when you want to participate in the sports team, I was denied the opportunity totally. So guess what happened? Soon after my grade 7 and I finished, I had a chance to turn this around now, because my mother and father, they'd gone directly to the headmaster and said, this person is not supposed to play in sports. This person is not supposed to do hard work because of asthma attacks. So Form 1, I had a chance. I decided when I was going to marry the brothers young, I just said, no, I'm done. I don't want to be called a sick person. So my mother actually gave me a lot of asthmatic, because I was always sick, so I had a lot of history. So she said, you can go and convince your headmaster with all these records, and you must also not participate in hard work, not doing any sport. And I said, oh no, this is nonsense. So guess what? I just threw all those cards when I was in a bus. Fortunately, when I went to my list, I was the only one, because my family didn't have any history of boarding school. So that was an advantage. So they just thought sending me by bus, the school bus, it's okay. And I threw out the cards. I never told my headmaster that I was asthmatic. I was pumped up and I was willing to participate in sports. Guess what? I started participating in sports. I started playing basketball. I started with rugby, actually. That was my first sport. I participated competitively. Guess what? An asthmatic guy participating in rugby. It was something else. Then I tried my luck. I was now playing, because, you know, those schools, it was a boys' high school, and there was a heavy tradition of basketball. So I started saying, no, how can I challenge? And I was coming from rural areas of Watsomba. How can I challenge these guys? And it seems everyone who plays basketball was the guy. Yeah. Those were the people we recognized at school. And I said, I'm going to challenge. I started playing using a soccer ball. There was a brother called Brother Lego. So we ran school balls. We'll go to another court and start playing basketball until, boom, when they started selecting the junior team, when I was in Form 3, boom, I was in the first 5.
Wow.
Yes, and I later went, and I never stopped from there. At Japsa, when I was in A level, I was now the school captain for basketball. I became the house captain. I won UMSA. Were the first ones to actually launch the Zimbabwe Youth Games in Bulawayo in 2004. Oh. So what I'm saying is, you can motivate yourself. That's where I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. There was nothing you can just motivate yourself to see, but those who are doing it, what's there? I'm also a human being with all these talents. I'm able-bodied. I can also see. I can listen like them. Why can't I challenge? Then boom, I was not a celebrity actually. I was a celebrity because of that motivation to say I can always achieve this. Mm-hmm. So from being asthmatic to lead a basketball team, that's a milestone.
That's a milestone. Yeah. Wow. Basketball. And you said you also played rugby.
That's
astonishing. I know that in basketball it's quite an intense game because you've been moving
very fast. Exactly.
Yeah. So, that was a huge turnover.
I was playing flank for a rugby. So what I'm just saying to someone who is actually seated at home, and not that only. What now actually makes you? What are the ingredients of motivation? Maybe that is where most of the people start to say, what do I really need to be motivated? What do I need to be like Taku? What do I need to spend 17 hours working? What do I need to read a book, 21 chapter book in 2 days?
I think it's all about determination, because when determination only comes when you have a goal. If you have something that you want to achieve, just like in your case, Mr. Jerry, you really wanted to play.
Yes.
You were sick and tired of being called a sick person.
Exactly.
So the moment where you are tired of the situation that you're in, regardless of whatever circumstances there are around you, you make a choice.
Yep.
That's what I believe. I believe motivation is practically a choice. And you're like, you know what, I'm not going to live like this anymore.
Exactly.
And one of that book we were reading, TEDx, when he was 25, he just says, no, this I'm not going to do anymore.
Exactly.
And so I think that is the whole point of motivation. And then there's this other funny case, I think I have told you one time, when I had all the motivational videos, and I had all the people around me, and I had my phone.
Yeah.
So I had all the sources of motivation that I needed, but I still couldn't get motivated. I told myself that I have to do it, but it just wasn't working out. So one of these friends of mine, old friend, saw my post on Facebook, and they started commenting, and they're like, bro, what you're doing is so great. They came into my inbox and started saying, keep on doing it, you're motivating me, please don't stop. And then another friend from India also sent another message straight after that. So when I saw these messages now, I was like, wow, I think I have to get up now. And I continued.
Yeah. Even what I'm trying to do these days, like, I've just made an oath this year to say I'm going to post like nobody's. I just want to post as much as I can. I post